Our comparison of the iPhone 14 and the Samsung Galaxy S22 should help you choose the greatest smartphone overall and the best phone for you. Neither the iPhone 14 nor the Galaxy S22 are the most high-end versions that their respective manufacturers provide. For that, consumers will go to the iPhone 14 Pro Max and the Galaxy S22 Ultra, respectively. It'll be interesting to watch who comes out on top. The iPhone 14 makes a strong argument for being the superior phone than the Galaxy S8. The iPhone 14 is expected to outperform the Galaxy S22 despite the fact that Apple has persisted with a variant of last year's A15 Bionic CPU. Apple has upgraded the security measures and made adjustments to the camera system to enhance low-light shooting. It may seem like the Galaxy S22 has been out for a long time, but you shouldn't write it off just yet. In actuality, it didn't come out until the spring. The Galaxy S22 CPU isn't as quick as what Apple puts in the iPhone, but it still provides good performance. Additionally, Samsung's phone has a telephoto lens on the back and a 120Hz display, whereas the ordinary iPhone 14 lacks both. In terms of pricing, there's no difference between the iPhone 14 and the Galaxy S22. The entry-level 128GB versions of both phones cost $799. The S22's 256GB storage upgrade costs an extra $50, while the iPhone 14's equivalent cost an extra $100. When compared to the S22, Apple's 512GB storage capacity is noticeably lacking. Both phones may be purchased from a wide range of service providers and stores. The finest offers on the iPhone 14 and the Galaxy S22 can help you save money. Be advised that Apple charges an additional $30 for purchasing an unlocked iPhone 14 through Apple, but Samsung does not impose such an additional tax for its customers. The Galaxy S22 comes out on top since upgrading to 256GB is cheaper and there is no additional expense for having the phone unlocked. Comparison of designs, iPhone 14 and Samsung Galaxy S22. Both the iPhone 14 and the Galaxy S22 don't do anything particularly groundbreaking in terms of smartphone design. You might even say they are carbon copies of their forerunners without being laughed at. That's a bit of a letdown for the iPhone 14, especially considering that Apple did shake things up with the iPhone 14 Pro by replacing the notch with a new dynamic island cutout. The notch on the iPhone 14 occupies the same amount of real estate as it did on the previous model. While the iPhone 14 is somewhat taller than the Galaxy S22, both phones are roughly the same width and thickness, and the Galaxy S22 is around 0.15 ounces lighter. Both handsets are constructed from a metal and glass hybrid. Each phone has its own unique set of features that set it apart from the other. The S22 includes a fingerprint scanner built right into the screen, whereas Apple's new iPhones only support Apple's Face ID for unlocking and making purchases. The most significant iPhone 14 vs. Samsung Galaxy S22 design difference might come down to a SIM card tray. The S22 has one, while the iPhone does not, at least not for versions in the US. As a result of its exclusive use of eSIM technology, the iPhone 14 is more easy for domestic users to transfer phone services, although overseas tourists may prefer to change out traditional SIM cards. Samsung does offer certain advantages, however, its screen refresh rate is greater, its telephoto camera is specialized, and its battery life is longer. Apple has regained the performance advantage, but Samsung's phone remains the better deal. The overwhelming popularity of iPhones must raise the question why. The iOS is extremely simple to operate. It's easy to use, and that's why a wide range of people, from kids to grandparents, choose iOS. In iOS, you can see a list of all your apps without ever having to leave the home screen, making it easy to find what you need.